I just want to look out for a second. Damn. Um, and when I was about 10 years old, I had a transistor radio under my pillow to listen to my hero, Muhammad Ali, fight Joe Frazier, and getting round by round updates on WINS radio in New York. I never could have imagined being here today. Boxing's been such a tremendous part of my life, and it's created so many opportunities for me. I got to have lunch with Nelson Mandela and talk boxing. I got to play myself in a Rocky movie. I went to 50 countries as a television executive and a boxing promoter. I've gotten to meet some of the most amazing people on the face of the earth, some of the most creative people, kings and presidents. And why? Because they were boxing fans. Not bad for a niche sport, right? Because our niche is huge. Our sport is different. We're different than any other sport. We're more relatable. And why is that? Because we're more of a reflection of the real world than any other sport. We're a microcosm of the real world. Everybody has to fight. None of us are here forever. We fight our own demons. We fight for our kids. We fight for a better future. We fight for many, many things, and we're all going to get knocked on our keisters, and we all have to get up. And that's why we're so relatable, and that's why we're different, and that's why we're eternal, and that's why we will be here forever, and F everybody that says boxing is dead or dying. There's more poetry to our sport. There's more theater to our sport. On our best nights, we are better than anybody. We are the best sport. And that leads me into another little topic, because Kathy made a joke about me last night. I know I'm a little passionate. I'm prone to throw out some F-bombs. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. But I've never come from a place of destructiveness when it comes to our sport. I love boxing. And I sort of view it like you have a kid, or you have a parent, or you have a brother or a sister, and they're troubled, and they're sick, and you know their potential, and you know how great they can be, and you just want them to be better. And if I've been a critic during the course of my 30 years in this sport, it's because that's how much I love this sport. We are the sport of kings and queens, and I want us to carry ourselves like that into the future. A couple of things I'm not particularly good at. One of them is smelling the roses. So I want to thank Ed and everyone at the Hall of Fame, and all the volunteers, and all of my fellow inductees, and everybody I hung out with for the last 4 or 5 days for shoving those roses in my face and making me smell them. Thank you. And I've never been so great at expressing gratitude, which is amazing, because the only thing I feel in my body right now is gratitude. And bear with me when I thank a few people. Mentors. I've had a ridiculous number of teachers and mentors in the sport of boxing. It's almost like an endless list, and I was going to start naming people, but I can't, because there's too many of them. But God, how blessed I am to have had too many mentors and teachers. So I want to just note that and thank them all, and some of them are still around, and who know who they are. I want to thank Seth Abraham at HBO. I was an unhappy lawyer who snuck into the HBO building after I didn't get a job at the New York Yankees, and snuck into the building and got up to see him and convinced him on a Friday to offer me a job on a Monday, and that changed my life. And just one note on Seth Abraham: at a period of time where boxing was in crisis, where there had been a huge scandal, we were tossed off network TV, boxing didn't have a home, Seth embraced, the HBO embraced boxing, and the rest was history. Boxing had a run in the 80s and 90s like no other, and HBO had 50 years as the industry leader in boxing. And thank you, Seth, you belong in the Hall of Fame. my DiBella Entertainment family, everybody that's worked for me since I left HBO. I want to shout out a few of them: Meredith, Alex, and Sean, who were like my ride or dies, and everybody that's ever worked for me at DBE. So many of them are still friends and family to me, and I thank you all. I want to thank my family, and I want to thank my mom, who's 88 years old. I wish she was here today, but she's not. I want to thank my mom. She's a wacky, wild, creative, brilliant, nutty person. That probably sounds familiar to some of you. And she made me believe that there was nothing that her little boy couldn't do. And I wouldn't be here without her. My dad, who's not here any longer, who was my hero. My dad gave me two of the greatest lessons I ever had. First one, if you want to be respected, earn it, because nothing comes for free. And if you want to be respected, you need to respect people, you need to listen to people, and you need to treat them correctly. And the second message for him is you could have all the money in the world, you could have the greatest house, wear a $100,000 watch, drive a Bentley, and if you've lost your humanity, you have nothing. And or as my dad would say more succinctly, it all doesn't matter if you're a piece of shit. My partner in crime, Devin Giannone, thank you for loving me and putting up with this crazy business. I think everybody up here knows that your significant others, when you're involved in the boxing world, it ain't easy. So I want to thank her. Most importantly, and it's the reason I'm here, it's the reason I wanted to be involved in the sport of boxing from the beginning. I want to thank the fighters. You guys, all of you, you were my heroes from the time I could basically walk. And to be able to have a career where the guys I listened to under my pillow became people I knew, and I got to know Muhammad and Joe and their families, and I got to call the four kings, the only four kings, the real four kings, Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, and Duran, my friends. And I got to work with so many of you legends who I respect, who have inspired me, and who will inspire me until they ring the tank out for me. Thank you all. This has really been one of the great weeks of my life, and I'm really humbled and grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.